What's the feeling among the defensive players after this game?
You watch the game and you think it's a lot of things going on that we weren't doing right, but you turn on the tape afterwards and you realize that we're really close on a lot of things. It was just little mistakes where it was fitting up the run, not knowing where your help is, or some things in the pass game. And so it's all really correctable. All things that we're working on, we're putting an emphasis on it, and I think that we're going to have a chip on our shoulder definitely this week, so we'll be able to correct those things.
Yeah, Joshua Ryan said that communication was one of the problems maybe on some of those kind of things, especially among young guys. Do you agree with that? I mean, what's missing? What was missing in that aspect of it?
I think communication was a little bit tough, and coming out in such an emotional game, there's a lot of things going on. And so especially in the beginning, we had to really settle down. And once we settled down, I think we started playing a lot better. But we got to be able to communicate. We got to get lined up. And we got to know how to fit things up, where to drop in the pass game, and where our help is on the run.
Josh, how much from the coaches, how much is the attitude, we did what we had to do to win, winning is what matters, and how much is the defense needs to be better? What's it like with Coach Fickle and Coach Vrabel and those guys?
I mean, the objective every game is to go out and win, so we're really glad we did that. And winning is not easy at all. And so every time you win, you got to step back and say, hey, we did our job, this is what we go out there and do. Because a lot of teams can't do that week in and week out. And then, in a rivalry game, such as when we played this weekend, you got to really throw out the records because you're going to get your best shot from both sides. So you can't really look at their record and use that as an indication of one team was way better than the other because it's a rivalry game. But also when you turn on the film, you gotta face the facts and realize that there were some mistakes made. And our coaches, we got a chip on our shoulder, but it's nothing that's too urgent. Like we got to throw out the whole defense and start over again. It's just we got to correct up what we know to do. Have those things that we can go to and be able to run the defense and play sound.
It was a emotional game, physically, mentally, and everything. Is it difficult, or how do you come back now? You had that game against your rival. Now you got another game that's, arguably the biggest game of the year here for the Big Ten title.
We just got to listen to what our coaches tell us. So that means taking care of our bodies, making sure that we're eating, hydrating, getting treatment, going to sleep at night. That's a big thing because we got finals coming up. So we got to be able to find that balance, and then coming out in the field every day and being really efficient in practice, because this is the time in the season where guys have played a lot of reps and your bodies start to feel a little bit tired. So you got to be able to go out and practice and make sure that you don't need a million reps to get everything right, and just really have that focus.
Josh, 2 years ago, this program was at a pretty low point. What's it like to be one win away from sort of being back on top of college football, being in that big game?
I was talking to my roommates, Cam and Armani, yesterday about this, but it's really weird when you sit back and think about what we've done so far and how hard it is to do that. But at the same time, there's no time to take a deep breath. You have to take every game seriously, and you have to play your best every week. So besides everything else, we're one game away, yeah. But there's one game that we have to win, so right now it's a one-game season.
Joshua, with you specifically, you were committed to this program even in the midst of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think so quickly that you would be in this position?
I don't know necessarily if so quickly, but this is Ohio State, and I knew that we'd be able to find a way back because we were able to get recruits, and I knew the coaching situation was going to be fine here, and guys are committed to excellence here. So throughout the whole, I guess, fiasco, whatever you want to call it, I stayed committed because I knew what Ohio State was going to be.
What has been the biggest turnaround in it from that to now, Joshua? If you had to put your finger on a couple of things that Urban Meyer especially has brought in that has changed, whatever you want to call it, the attitude, whatever. You know what I mean? What's been the biggest change?
I can't really tell you because I wasn't here when Coach Tressel was here, but all I know is Coach Meyer stresses competitive spirit, and so I'm sitting back in my apartment with my roommates, and we're sitting there just messing around, but everything is literally a competition for us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's one of the things, and also being a pro about our business. And that's one thing coming into college as a freshman that a lot of guys struggle with. So I came in early, and that was the same time the new staff got here. And so being a professional and doing all those things the right way was really new to me. But I think that is one of the most important things I've learned so far.
What do you think Connor Cook, Michigan State's quarterback, does well from maybe what you've seen?
You know, he's gotten that offense to a really high level. They're playing really well right now, so I think he's got the leadership. He's got command over what they do, and you know, people might think that their offense is kind of simple. You got you know, pro style kind of offense, but they have some wrinkles in there, and I think that they're able to effectively run what they do.
What was it like on your bus when you saw the end of the Auburn-Alabama game?
It was bus was rocking, put it like that. But you know, then a lot of guys, after we settled down, we realized the gravity of the moment, how serious everything was, and we're like, hey, we got to take this game that we just played, we got to put it behind us. We got to take what we're about to do this week really, really seriously, and make sure that we can take care of business, because we got a one-game season right now.
Is it strange that it's kind of reversed before, being 3, if you were told 1 and 2 aren't going to lose? So it's like keep winning, and hopefully you end up there. Now it's you win and you're in. Is it different at all with the mindset knowing it's no longer really a chase, it's just secure where you are?
No, because either way we still got to win. So whether it's you win and you're in, or you win to secure your spot, you got to win the game. So I don't think we take any different of an approach, because I mean, if you're number 3, what do you do if you keep winning? You gotta take what they give you, and if you're number 2, when you win, you get what you get. So just win the games.
Do you think it's ironic maybe at all? Last year, Michigan State, Coach Mark said, like, that was the turning point. Everybody opened up their hearts. Now you go, the winning streak continues, and now here they are again, and they're kind of the final piece to the puzzle to get where you want to go.
Yeah, and you know, I guess that's one of the interesting things about college football, is, you know, everything, I guess, just kind of comes back. And so we got to take care of business, obviously, but that was a big game for us last year, and that was a dogfight, and I expect that it's going to be a dogfight this weekend too. It's going to be a big game. They've got really good defense, and their offense has been hitting their stride lately. So Buckeyes got to play Buckeye football.
Talking about hitting stride, Langford at running back has really kind of emerged over the Big Ten season. What do you see in him? What has made him as good as he is?
He's a strong back. You know, he runs really, really well in the system. And so that's one of those things where we got to make sure we can tackle, because we had some issues with that this past weekend, and we can fit up the run. But as long as we follow the scheme, we go hard in practice this week, I don't think we'll face too many issues with playing ball the way we know how.
How much of a factor was it that Curtis Grant wasn't really able to play a whole lot on Saturday?
That definitely affects us, because we need the depth at linebacker. And, you know, it hurts because Curtis is like an older brother to me, so when I see him down, he's struggling. You know, it kind of weighs on all of us, but at the same time, we have a next man up mentality, and I think Cam Williams did a good job when he got in there, and that's the thing we have to be prepared for. Anybody can go down. We just have to have guys step up.
Josh, most of us are a bunch of old guys, and we really couldn't chase anything. But you guys have had this chase thing going on since the spring. What's it like to sort of have that chase and that goal, and you're this close to sort of catching what you want to catch?
Yeah, you know, the chase is real, and that's what we say around here. Chase is on. The chase is real. So coming from winter conditioning, seeing the signs, the banners up, to now, it really shows the body of work that we've put in, but it also shows the fact that it's never over, and we just got to keep going.
How ironic, though, y'all's is the chase, and I think Michigan State's is chase it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Here y'all are, collision.
You know, that's how it is, and I think that a lot of schools have their sayings, and at the beginning of the year, everybody's chasing something, and so, you know, they're chasing it, whatever it may be, and we have the chase. So both teams are going after something, obviously something big, and we just got to go out and perform.
When Urban Meyer, when you hear Urban Meyer said about the defense has got to play better.
Mm-hmm.
What does play better mean to you? What goes through your head when you hear the head coach say that?
It's doing the things that we know how to do. So tackling, we can't miss tackles. You know, I think we have to be aware. You know, eliminating big plays, being sound in the run game and in our pass drops, and those are all things that we work on continually. So when he says we got to play better, we got to do the things that we know we can do.
And do you expect fully on Saturday that Michigan State saw y'all's video. They're going to try some throwback screen. They're going to try some wide stuff. I mean, that hurt y'all a little bit earlier in the year and stuff, but the throwback stuff on Saturday was big, misdirection almost with their passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you fully expect that now to see some of that? I mean, at least early in that game.
Yeah, you got to expect it. You got to know it's coming, but you can't be consumed by it. So you just got to play what you see and trust what you see.
And what do you know now as a defender that you didn't know Saturday morning at 11:55 about playing against those kind of plays specifically?
I think a lot of it was being caught up in the emotion, to be honest, because I think once we settled down, there was a lot less of those misdirection plays. But it's just really an awareness, and you gotta feel if the line's going one way and the back's going another way, something's up, or just things like that as a linebacker, and especially in the front end.
Josh, what is it like to be going into a game that everybody's going to be watching Saturday night? This game has huge implications for we were talking a while ago about 2 years ago when you were committed and stuff, but to know everybody's going to be watching this game Saturday night because if y'all win, you're in the big one. What is it like, I guess, as you prepare and know that people are going to be watching like that?
I mean, I guess there's been a lot of people watching our other games too, so preparing for that is nothing big. I mean, we go out there when we play at home, playing in front of 100,000 plus, and then our last game we were away, playing in front of 100,000 plus, and then you add on whoever's watching on TV. There's always a lot of people watching, so I don't think that makes as much of a difference. It doesn't add any pressure to us because we know the ultimate goal at the end, what we have to do again.
But do you ever give yourself a moment in a game like that where you kind of like look around and sort of at least take, census or whatever of where you are and what you're in, the mid stuff?
There's almost no time to do that, in the midst of a game. And so you might stop at the end of the game and you look around and you say, sheesh, that was what we were playing in front of. But during the game, it's really the players out there and the coaches and everything else is just going on, but you kind of just have to tune it out.
During the 2-point conversion, it looked like as DeLeo motioned out, you and Tyvis Powell look at each other, nod, and clap. Was that when you realized what play was coming?
Yeah, we knew exactly what was coming. Me and Tyvis, we had the communication there, and so he was ready for it. I was ready for it, and that was one play that we repped I don't know how many times during practice that week. So I think probably everybody in the back end knew, and that was just props to the coaching staff for having us prepared for that.
How often does that happen during a given game or season where you feel like you really know what play is coming from the offense?
Probably a couple of times during a game. You can know just based off of the situation, down in distance, or if they need a play. A lot of teams just have a go-to play, so if you're able to anticipate that, definitely put you in the position to make a play.
How many times do you think you did wrap it?
I don't know. I could say between Friday walkthroughs and Saturday walkthroughs, run-throughs, probably 5 or 6 just between Friday and Saturday that we saw the play. Repped it probably 3 or 4 times in run-through and walkthrough.
Is that considered a lot?
Yeah. You can't take too many reps in practice.
Yeah.
Because your body just can't handle it. So the more times you can see it, the better.
Thanks
Thanks,
Josh.
everyone. Thanks, Josh.